Hey guys, John with Mojave Trails, and standing out here in Wisconsin. It's balmy 7 degrees, minus 15 with the wind chill. So this is going to be a quick video. Everybody knows that the Mojave is a desert vehicle, Jeep's first desert runner, but how does it do in the winter? So if you're interested in that, I'm going to give you a review on my thoughts and my experiences with this through the first part of the winter. Okay, so the first thing about the vehicle, I get a lot of questions. How does it handle in the snow? We've had a series of snowfalls here, some pretty heavy snowfalls, some really bad winter. We're in a stretch where it's super cold. Our high this week has been 9 degrees. And I gotta say, this thing is fantastic in the cold and fantastic in the snow specifically. A lot of that has to do with these tires, the Falcon MTs. These are the Wild Peak mud terrain tires. And I've had mud terrain tires on my vehicles before, and generally they don't do real well in the snow. What happens is they pack up with snow, and eventually you can't channel them out, and it ends up being like slick tires. And I've had that with other brands. And so when I bought this, I was a little hesitant to have the mud terrains. I was thinking about having it switched out to the all-terrains on here, but I did a little research, and people seem to like them, so I thought I'd give them a try, and they've been fantastic. Not only do they grip really, really well on the road and in the snow off-road. I'm just really, really happy with the tires, and they channel the snow just fine. So yeah, these are fantastic. The other thing about the vehicle outside wise, the headlights, these are the LED headlights, so they don't get as hot as halogens do. People are reporting that they would get full of snow and black up. I didn't really have that. I have gone out several times in the snowstorm, and they've been okay. But if you were out maybe 6-8 hours straight in super cold weather with a lot of snow, maybe that'd be an issue. You might have to stop and clean them off a little bit. The other thing about a pickup truck, usually the back end is light and they tend to slide around a little bit on you. And for one thing, the Gladiator, along with all modern vehicles, are going to have some kind of traction control system with them, and the one on here works really well to help eliminate that. As it starts to slide, it kind of kicks in and eliminates that. But I also added the truck bed drawer system that I built, if you've seen that video, and I got about 300 or 400 pounds of weight in the back, and that really helps give me traction. It helps prevent the back end from sliding around when I'm running a two-wheel drive. And now I'm going to climb in the vehicle and give you kind of a walk around some of the features on the inside of the vehicle that make it really, really nice for the winter. Okay guys, we are inside the Gladiator here, and a couple of the features that I really like in this vehicle for the winter time are, of course, the heated seats and the heated steering wheel. Now, these seats here are fantastic. There's 3 settings, and they come on fast, they come on hot, and after a couple minutes I usually have to turn it down to the 2 setting. The other thing, that the heated steering wheel, the Mojave has the larger steering wheel, as you know. The heating elements are right here. It's perfect where your hands go. And what I like about this is it goes on hot for about 10 minutes, and then it goes down to warm. And I really like that, because if it stayed at the hot, it would be too much. You'd have to turn it off. I've got that in my Cadillac right now, and that's one of the problems, is it just stays at the same temperature, and I'm constantly turning it on and off. And that's not the case with this. The other thing that this has is the remote start. So that's obviously really nice. I'm sure you probably have that on your vehicle, or maybe you've experienced that before. But the range for me seems to be about 100 yards. When I go into the office, I can see my Gladiator from the window, and I'm on the 4th floor of the building that I work at. And so when I'm going to leave at the end of the day, I just start it from there, hit it twice, start it up. By the time I get out to my car, it's already warmed up for me. It runs for about 10 minutes. It'll turn itself off. You can hit it again, and so you can run twice, about 20 minutes. You hit it again. If you want to turn it off during that time, you double tap and turn it off. And that's another really nice feature. So, is everything awesome about it in the wintertime? And I would say that a couple things that I don't like. Number one are the windshield wipers. I've never had a vehicle where they shipped it with good, what I would call good windshield wipers for winter temperatures. You know, they're fine in the summer and the fall, but as soon as it gets really cold, the rubber is just too hard, it doesn't work well, and you got to swap it out for a winter blade, something that can handle the cold temperature. And the other thing is people report that the sides of the windows get fogged up. I haven't had that happen here, and I've driven it in some serious snowstorms, but I do have to put it onto the front a lot and leave it run up there almost the whole time. And so that's not necessarily the best. I like the feet to be on the floor, coming up through my feet. But that's only in the most extreme situations and when there's a really heavy snowfall. And then over here, I do have to put the vents so it's turning and blowing on the window and to help keep the side windows clear, again, in those scenarios. Then as far as driving this thing in the snow, like I said, this is the best four-wheel drive vehicle I've had in the snow and the ice, sleet conditions. And I've owned multiple Wranglers, multiple Jeep Commanders, Grand Cherokees and Cherokees. I've had Ford 150 pickups, F-150 pickups. I've had Chevy Blazers. I've pretty much had every four-wheel drive vehicle you can drive, and this system is by far the best. If you're new to a Jeep, maybe you've come over from another platform, or you've driven a vehicle that's, you know, all-wheel drive or full-time four-wheel drive, there's a couple of things that you need to know. And mainly, this is what they call a part-time four-wheel drive system. So right now I'm driving, here's the handle, it's in 2 high. In order to put it into 4 high, you got to be going less than 45 miles an hour, and you just give it a quick pull straight down to put it into 4 high. To put it into 4 low, you have to be off-road. You got to be moving at 2 to 3 miles an hour. You have to kick if you got an automatic transmission, you put it into neutral, and then you quick pull it down into 4 low. You can't do it when you're stopped. Most likely the gears won't mesh and you won't be able to get it in. So again, you want to do that before you need it. So usually when I go off pavement, if I'm going to I need 4 low, I'll do that right away. The other thing about this is when to use it. So like right now I'm driving on dry roads, and I have it in 4 high, and you pretty much don't want to put it into 4-wheel drive, even 4 high, in a part-time system unless the roads are covered. So my rule of thumb is if I can't see the road, if it's covered in snow, then I'll go ahead and put it into 4 high. I treat wet pavement the same as dry pavement with the tires and things today. I really don't have any issues slipping around. Yeah, maybe if it's the first rain and the roads are oily, but again, I just haven't experienced that. So I just wait until the roads get covered with snow, or if I'm in a situation where I need it, I'm on ice trying to get started on a hill or something, I know that I got it, then I'll put it in, but I'll take it out right away as soon as I don't need to have it. That's about it. So on a scale of 1 to 10 for this vehicle in the wintertime, I give it a 10. I think it's got everything you need for a winter vehicle. It drives extremely well in the snow conditions. The wiper blades and things that are not real good for it, you can easily swap those out. But again, I've had that on just whatever vehicle that I've ever owned. I've had to do that on. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the